must unite in order to progress. But I want to send a red flag at this forum. If Africa wants to achieve the goals of Agenda 2063, then we must prioritize and entrench free, fair, and credible elections by all member states. Since the reintroduction of multi-party politics in the 1990s, the quality and credibility of our elections have steadily deteriorated. You remember the struggle for democratization of the continent, from the independence in the 60s to the 70s, 80s. Africans were struggling because the period after independence, most multi-party systems were discarded and single-party dictatorships took root, followed by military coups that took place in the continent. The Africans were struggling to open up the democratic space. It was not until the fall of the Berlin Wall and that the wind of change that began to blow in the Eastern Europe fought its way into our continent. The military dictatorship then crumbled, and the single-party dictatorships and gave way to multi-party elections. In many of our countries today, election management bodies have been captured by the ruling parties or individual politicians, making it impossible to have fair contests. The capture leads to skewed processes like voter registration, appointment of election management officials with disastrous consequences. As a continent, we have to agree that critical development efforts cannot succeed without a legitimate and democratically elected government that is responsive and accountable to its citizens and to the investor community. Free and fair elections are indicators to investors that there is the government which is in place that believes in fairness and the rule of law. When a government comes in through